Hey ladies, how you doing? Excuse me. Today I'm going to talk through a really simple topic, but it's one that I really want to address, especially as we really focus on long-term sustainability, health and fitness, like just living a very healthy, fit life. And we've even had clients ask us, should I be using a lifting belt or not? Why would I use that? So give me just a second. As always, I'm going to pin this to the top of our Facebook group. Make sure you're there, macro tracking and weightlifting for women. And then let's talk through it. I'm going to share my philosophy or what I believe about them and who should use them. And if you believe something different, please share it. I'd love to hear your thoughts and just have a conversation about it. Okay, so what does the weightlifting belt do? For some of you guys, this may be really obvious, but for others who are new, this might not be obvious, and so I just want to make sure to communicate it all the way. So a weightlifting belt it's stabilizing your core, right? So you can do heavier deadlifts, you can do heavier squats, things like that. It's essentially mimicking the intra-abdominal pressure that you can create through your breathing pattern, but instead it gives you more stability. And so the pressure is mimicked, right? And so you can lift more. It's a similar concept-ish, besides like the pressure, of weightlifting straps. We love weightlifting straps. It's for when your forearm strength or your grip strength fails, but your actual form is still there. So let's say in a deadlift or a stiff leg deadlift, a dumbbell stiff leg deadlift, let's say. If your hands cannot hold the dumbbells, but your back is engaged, like you're in proper position, for sure, use straps after your grip fails, because then you're still strengthening your grip, but then you're not preventing your deadlift pattern from growing because of your grip strength. I hope that makes sense. Let me know any questions you have. So for the weightlifting belt, it's the same thing, but it's helping the intra-abdominal pressure. Okay, so what do I believe about them? I believe that, and now I'm talking to women, okay? I think that when they're used too early, it's really robbing you of like functionality in life and keeping you injury free, because here's the point. If you use it too early, you don't have to do the work to learn how to engage your abs, right? Because the belt is doing it for you. And so if you're not able to stabilize your abdomen or essentially stabilize your body under heavy weight, even a shoulder press, right? If you're unable to stabilize, you can cause injury. It's like, okay, but I can put on a belt and I can lift heavier in my deadlift. It's like, but who cares if you can't even like go pick up a couch with proper form and a safe back and safe abs? You know what I'm saying? And so personally, I weigh 145 pounds. I'm 5'8", and I will not use a lifting belt probably until I'm squatting over 300 pounds, if that day comes. But my goal isn't performance, right? My goal is health, longevity, feeling amazing in my skin, being strong, shaping, right? Things like that. And deadlifting, I'd probably have to be deadlifting like 450 or more before using a belt, because I want my abs to be that strong. I don't really care. And this is me personally. If you are a power lifter, I get it. I get it. You're competing in those movements. Of course you need a belt, right? You need that, right, to lift heavier. But for those of us who are just being strong for everyday life, let's make our abs do the work. Ladies, for those of you who are using primarily machines, this is also a problem, right? Because the machine is stabilizing for you. So the little muscles in your body, your stabilizer muscles, they don't have to do the work. The machine is doing the work. So when you go grab dumbbells or a barbell or anything in everyday life, your risk of injury is dramatically higher because only the larger muscles are strengthened. What about your ligaments, joints, tendons, and the stabilizer muscles? Those are honestly almost even more important, right? Same with the weightlifting belt. Now it's saying, hey, core, essentially, you don't have to do the work. I got your back. Just breathe. I'll stabilize for you. It's like, heck no. Ladies, let's help our abs and everything be so strong in lifts. Now, this isn't normally something I would share. I wasn't actually going to share today, but now here I am sharing, because I just want you to have all the information, but this is something that we work with clients on a lot. And so normally I wouldn't share it with the public, but my heart is just like, I just have to share. So I'm going to talk you through some breathing patterns. How do you create that intra-abdominal pressure? So I'm going to push my screen down. I'm actually going to lift my shirt up and I'm going to show you. So I want to say it takes practice and it feels really awkward, but the more you practice, the more you'll be like, holy crap, this feels amazing. Okay, so there's a few different ways of breathing. Here, let me actually push my desk down so that way you're not looking down at me, but you can actually see at eye level. Okay, so there's belly breathing, right? There's chest breathing. Well, it's kind of hard for me to chest breathe, but like that, right? And then there is, let me bring you up just a little more. Then there is lateral breathing. Lateral breathing is how you want to be breathing during weightlifting, okay? So what this looks like, sorry, I'm like trying to perfect this angle. What this looks like is exhale all your air out. Then you can have your partner do this or a friend, or I do it myself. You put your hands on your ribs, you kind of push against your ribs. And then when you inhale, try to push your hands to the side. Do you see how, look at, now this is wider. When I exhale, my waist comes in, right? That's a lateral breath. That's really how you're going to create that intra-abdominal pressure when you weightlift. So here's the thing. Let's do a lateral raise, for example. When you're lateral raising, watch my tummy. Do not go like this. I'm just kind of standing here breathing, whatever. No way. Exhale. Lateral inhale. You can hear it in my breath, right? I am squeezing my abs so tight. So if someone came and pushed me, my whole body is going to move because my abs are so flippin' tight. Then I'm doing the lift like this, right? You keep that pressure. Now, what does it sound like to breathe during the lift? Here's one example for a lateral raise. Going away from gravity is usually when you exhale. But it's a sharp exhale. I go like this. Because if we're just like that, the pressure is not there, which means your low back is not protected, right? Creating that pressure not only helps you lift more, but it's protecting your back and really protecting your body. So I'm going to show you two inhale, exhale methods of breathing, but there are many ways to skin the cat. You can choose what's best for you, okay? Especially it depends on like age, blood pressure, things like that. So personally, I'll do it with a lateral raise, even though it's not that heavy of weight. I inhale in the starting position. Actually, I fully exhale, then I laterally inhale. What's up, Luann? Yes, love. She's one of our clients. Yeah. Exactly. It's good when you're using excessive weight. Yeah. I'm like, Luann, do not use the belt. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're right there with me. Good. So I fully exhale, lateral inhale. Now I'm holding it. I do a half exhale, then because sometimes holding your breath for that long, usually in a deadlift, can be really exhausting, right? So you may need to take that sharp exhale, but you don't always have to go, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to breathe through the whole thing. Find what works for you. But I really like doing those sharp, short exhales because it helps me keep the pressure so I can lift as heavy as humanly possible, but I'm keeping my form on freaking point. One other topic I'll talk to you guys about that relates to this is failure. This is a good example of where everyone is saying something different. So I'm just going to share with you the Queens of Iron philosophy because you guys, although fitness and nutrition is a ton of science, it's also a ton of art. So I'm going to share, here's the philosophy at Queens of Iron, okay, for failure. So we go to form failure. Form failure. So for example, if you're doing a shoulder press and you can't keep your abs tight, you need to drop the weight. You have failed, right? Just because you can lift it up doesn't mean you should, If your form has failed, drop the weight. There's no reason to push weight outside of proper form other than ego and risk of injury. Don't do it. Okay. Again, I'm talking to women who want sustainable health and fitness, be strong and fit, and look amazing how they want for life. That's who I'm talking to right now. Okay. So we go to form failure. Now, on the flip side, let's say that same shoulder press, if you can do 2 or more reps than what you're going for with proper form, increase your weight. So if your program calls for 4 sets of 10 and you're busting out 10 reps, set number 1, and you're like, yeah, I probably could have done 12. Put the weight down, go pick up heavier weight, and then go for set number 2. Set number 2, if you're failing on the last one, but your form has not failed, but you're pushing, but your form is staying so tight, keep pushing it up. If you get it all the way up, amazing. Put the weights down, stay at that weight. Log your weight, right? Set number 3, pick up that same weight. More than likely, you won't get through the full set. You may have like 2 reps left. Maybe you got 8. Put them down, pick up the lighter ones, 9, 10, bam, put it back down. Depending how you feel, you can do that again. Do like half the set for the heavier, half the set for the lighter. Or if you're like, I'm gassed, just pick up that lighter set and go for that set of 10. Does that make sense? You may want to pause this and go back and listen to that again, because that is another thing that I would say women sometimes get confused with. Like, how do I increase my weight? How, what's the strategy there? Do I need to do every set the exact same weight before changing? It's like, you don't want to increase weight if your third set can't get the lighter weight, right? You shouldn't have like a ton of different weights in your set, but don't be afraid. Like, treat every set as its own. So if you can do 10 reps of a certain weight with proper form, do it. Do it. Don't go lower just because your other sets need to go lower. Because the idea is, instead of that first set coming down to the weaker sets, so to speak, or right, wait for the weaker sets to come up for the stronger. So it might look like, I'm going to do the heavier weight, set 1. I'm going to do the heavier weight and lighter weight, set 2. I'm going to do the lighter weight, set 3. Bam. Next week, hopefully you go heavier weight, then lighter weight. Is that making sense? I hope that makes sense. I lost some of you guys. So I'm like, let me stop there. I hope that makes sense for everybody. I know that was kind of a lot of topics to burn through. I was not planning that, but just want to educate you. Okay. Ladies, let me know any questions. I'm going to stop there. But I'll actually pause for a second. If you guys have questions right now, please comment them and we can go through them. I hope that helped a ton. For those of you who are just getting on, we talked through a weightlifting belt. We talked through how to breathe in terms of creating intra-abdominal pressure, like inside your abdominal cavity. We talked about breathing patterns like within the lift. And then we talked about increasing your weight throughout your set/workout. A 1-part turned into a 4-part. Okay, ladies, cool. I don't see any questions right now, so I'm going to hop off. But if you're watching on the replay or if your video's live, comment them and I'll come in and answer, okay? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. You're amazing. Keep lifting weights. We got this. And have an amazing day. I'll see you later.